So I thought I'd brave the elements this weekend and head out with the new Sony 200-600 lens that I've just acquired. The day started quite bright and cold, a typical spring morning, but then as the winds picked up it became very dull and wet, but it was perfect conditions for testing out the low light capabilities and weather sealing on this lens. So this weekend I'm at Lackford Lakes in Suffolk, and the weather is, how can I say this, changeable? Yeah, changeable. There's plenty to go at here, lots of subject matter, including these beautiful lapwings in flight. These are incredible to film, and the autofocus on this lens held onto that subject matter so well. There's also lots of wildfowl here, so lots of pochard, shelduck, gadwall, and these awesome little teal. You can't really mistake this handsome little bird. The beautiful plumage on its back, and then the bottle green and chestnut colouring on that head. What a handsome devil. Lackford Lakes is renowned for one of my favourite little birds, the kingfisher, but unfortunately nothing, not even a peep. That said, there is another fella that I'd love to test the autofocus on, but we have to head into the woodland to find him. Ooh, mama, there it is, the nuthatch. It's such a pretty little bird. Calm down, Simon. So how do we ID a nuthatch? Well, size-wise, it's roughly the same size as a great tit, but a bit more dart-like in shape. And look out for those steely blue back feathers and the creamy chestnut flank with that black stripe across its eye. You can't miss it. They're pretty widespread across the UK and found in most mature woodland areas. So 3 interesting facts about the nuthatch. Let me think. Number 1, the name nuthatch. It derives from the words nut hacker. So it's known for jamming its food into crevices and cracking out the seeds. Number 2, they're quite bold and pretty aggressive. So they're able to stand their ground against sort of much bigger birds. And number 3, nuthatches they're very loud. They're the noisiest birds in the woodland areas, but very quiet when they're breeding. So this short section took about an hour to film. We were lucky enough that the bird kept coming backwards and forwards to pick its food, and it allowed us 4 to 6 seconds every time it popped by, but it was a real pleasure to film. As the day progressed, we managed to get a few other species on film, but the weather crept in and slowly closed that door of opportunity. So the lens itself performed incredibly. It really was a pleasure to use. The autofocus was like the highlight. It performed so accurate. It was incredible. If you're in the market for a wildlife lens that gets you that much closer and is extremely sharp and easy to use, this is the one. I'm really looking forward to putting this lens through its paces this spring. If you find yourself at a loose end and you want to get yourself back to nature, there's no better place than heading over to the Wildlife Trust's Lackford Lakes. It's a beautiful location. There's a cafe, lots of car parking, lots of very helpful people, and of course, lots of bird life, as well as a deer or two.